Hey, how you doing, folks? Patrick Duff here with an update on the person that stole my car and what went down. In January, I listed one of my Mustangs for sale. Guy came out, Robert, said his name was Robert, on Facebook Marketplace. Made a time to see me. I met him over at my friend's auto shop. That day, he walked around the auto shop. So we grabbed images of him. He didn't know, obviously, but he was on camera. There's a good camera system. So the next day he comes out and we go for a test drive. He says he's gonna have the cash. He said just needs to drive the car one time. Me and him go for a little drive, come back. We stop at the auto shop. He asked me about something to do with the transmission. So I get out to ask my mechanic to come out and talk to him, and he takes off. And so made a police report, got some really good images of him, and the cops were like, "Hey, don't worry, we'll take care of this." I'm like, "No, I'm gonna find the guy. I'm not gonna trust you to find my car. While I'd love you to find it, I don't think you'll be able to do as good a job as me." So I that night put his picture along with everything I knew about him, driving a white Maserati. I put it out on the internet, had some of my friends share it, went all over the place, put it on township pages. And the very next day, it was shared well over 1,000 times. This guy became internet famous in the New Jersey area, Philadelphia area. And at 11 o'clock in the morning, he called me asking me to please take the post down and that he'll give me my car back. And I told him, hell no, I ain't taking a post down. You need to give me my car back. And by that time, I'd already had leads. I knew who he was, and I knew who his baby's mama was. And I'm going to keep things vague right now because the county of Camden is in some hot shit because of what basically went down. But after the guy turned himself in, I got a call from his baby's mama, who I had put her picture up along with him because I was trying to find him. And the tipster gave me a picture of the two of them together. So I put that up, and she calls me after he turned himself in and cursing and screaming and say, her daddy is the ex-chief of police for a local police station. And, I better take her picture down. And so I took her picture down, but I called the detective and I said, hey, I don't think that's right, this person calling me. And, I'm a victim to a crime of her boyfriend or whatever he is to her baby's daddy or whatever. And, the detective didn't really see much to it. So I said, all right, well, I'll just wait for a court date. I kept waiting for a court date, and checking online, making sure to see what's going on. Calling, never hearing nothing, nobody telling me nothing. Then I got a letter in the mail about 2 months ago. The letter was addressed to the guy that stole my car, to my address, as if he was the victim of some crime. And it was basically saying he had to go to court, or he didn't have to go to court. There was an appearance, but he didn't have to make it. Had some sort of pretrial, whatever. I'm not sure what it was, but I remember calling the court asking if this meant anything. They said no, you'll get another thing in the mail letting you know if anything's happening. And then just yesterday, I went online and I looked at the municipal court website, and I took a look to see what was going on. And I noticed that this guy's charges, right? This guy that stole my car, would not have given it back if it were not for me putting his ass up online and making him famous in the area. They downgraded his charge. Check this out. To a trespassing. They downgraded grand theft auto, where he took a car while I was on a test drive with him, to a criminal trespassing, a misdemeanor trespassing, which carries a maximum of $1,000 fine. Going from a 3 to 5 year jail sentence, which probably wouldn't go to jail if he was a first-time offender, but he would get probation, to a very minor, one of the most minor offenses you could probably get in the criminal code, a trespassing. So I called the prosecutor. I want to know what the hell's going on here. I'm the victim of the crime. I've never been contacted by anybody, by a prosecutor, by a victim witness unit, as they should reach out to you and let you know what's happening. And they said, this guy's name's Joe McNamara. Joe McNamara made the decision. The other prosecutor, I'm not going to say his name because he said he wasn't the one that made the decision to downgrade it. His name was just on it for some reason. And this other guy, Joe McNamara, who's a supervisor there at Camden County, made the decision to downgrade a grand theft auto without contacting the victim, which is me. I'm the victim. Never was contacted. He admits he knows I was never contacted. Look through the file. He's the one that downgraded the charge. He has no answer for why I was never contacted. He's going to, quote unquote, look into it. I know what that means. So Mr. McNamara tells me that the reasoning behind downgrading the charge to a criminal trespassing was that when he originally stole my car, he was basically paid to steal my car by somebody. One of his friends told him I owed the person money, so they used him as like a hitman to come steal my car. And that the next day that he realized that I didn't owe the guy money and that the guy was lying, so he wanted to give my car back. And that's complete horseshit. He gave my car back because I made him famous, and he didn't want to be famous anymore, and his girlfriend didn't want to be famous anymore online, and decided to turn himself in. But I guess he knew that he might have an advantage if he did that, in that maybe he has some friends. Because each person I spoke to, when I spoke to the prosecutor at the municipal court in Gloucester Township, they said they've never heard of such a thing, of a downgrade from a grand theft auto, a person stealing a car from out of state. A Philadelphia person comes to New Jersey, robs a New Jersey resident, steals the car, takes it back to Pennsylvania. And then somehow that's downgraded to a criminal trespassing charge. And he said because that he gave the car back, and technically, that's all he did. He basically just went inside of the car because a car is considered a structure. I'm flabbergasted right now, folks. So if you're out there, if you're a thief, Camden County is the spot for you. Okay? It seems that you could steal cars and walk away with nothing. And they're not going to contact victims. Nothing. Nah, you're going to get... Camden County is a spot to steal cars. If that's what's happening with every person that is charged with grand theft, that the victim gets the car recovered himself and then is not contacted by a Camden County prosecutor when this charge is downgraded, and never contacted, turned into a victim all over again is what I've been. Well, that's not going to work. I'm not good with being the victim. So again, if you're a car thief out there, Camden County prosecutor will downgrade your charge from a 3 to 5 year to a maximum of $1,000 fine and 30 days in the slammer. So enjoy your joy rides, because it doesn't look like Camden County thinks that stealing a car is worthy of going to court and seeing a judge and jury, even in a joyriding charge. Hey, Mr. McNamara, the supervisor over there, just give him a call and ask him.